How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Do let me know. I hope everyone is doing well. I had to stream today because, as you guys know, or if you don't, you'll hear now. I um, I just released a new website for RH memes. Where is the intro? Hmm. I'm trying to find the scene. There we go. I think it's this one. Is it this one? Yeah, perfect. There we go. So let me put some music on. Prepare you know, the settings. I don't do this every day, so I forget stuff, guys. Please do bear with me. Let's see. How is the music? Hmm. Let me just. Okay. Let me know if it's too loud or not. I think it. Oh, let me know. Maybe I don't know, man, because I think the chat is not working. I was trying to send messages to them, the chat, and I couldn't. So maybe on YouTube, I can see, or maybe on X. Who knows? Right, I think we have a friend here in the backstage. Let me see. Because, oh yes, there we go. Let me put him on stream. Mr. Frogboy, let me change this. How are you doing, sir? How are you doing?
Pedro! Pedro,
Yay.
Pedro. Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly. I can hear
I'm
you
doing
now, sir.
awesome. Hey, beautiful website. Absolutely awesome work.
Thank
Really,
you,
really,
sir.
really awesome.
It's not bad for like a day's work, to be honest. It's not bad for a day's work.
That's insane. I can't believe that. That looks like it's at least a month.
No, it was actually a day. I didn't spend too much time yet, but I will, because a lot of people like the website, right? So I'm definitely gonna spend time on it and listen to, what you guys have to say on things that we can add to make it even better, right? I already have some ideas, but it's not for now. It's not for now. Now I want to hear your feedback. What are the problems? What you like? What you didn't like, etc. I think it's, as a starting point, rhmemes.com is pretty cool. Let me open it, by the way.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, to snag that, that's really good.
Let me open it here. Thanks, bro. I'm so glad you like the website. To be honest, let me change this here.
I'm excited just to be able to share the link, excuse me, rhmemes.com to like more of the Pulsicans in the whole chain, especially the DeFi peeps.
Good, man.
Just to like, hey,
I'm
look at
happy,
this.
bro. I'm
Got
happy.
memes. What?
I'm happy, man. Let me see if I can.
I love that calculator, man.
The calculator, right? Man,
Yeah,
it's a
and
good.
the price.
It was a good move. It gave me a little bit of trouble, to be honest, but not too much. Not too much. Let me see if I can share it. I'm trying with another browser to see if it works better with the sharing. But can
Yeah,
you can you see anybody? Like there's no comments on the chat, right? Yeah, exactly. Because I don't think like the chat seems to have like some problem today. I couldn't send messages. I don't know why. So
okay.
maybe guys ask on Twitter or something if you can. Let me open here on Twitter. Yeah. Yeah, if you ask a message on Twitter or YouTube, I should be able to see it. But anyways, let me share the website. Is the music good, etc.? Let me know as well. What do you think, Frogboy? Is the music good? How are you doing, man? By the way.
Yeah. The music sounds good on my end for sure. Yeah, but yeah, doing good, doing good. Lots of activity since our last stream, and me diving into your PulseChain community and network, and learning a lot of learning a lot with the KOLs and what the zeitgeist is and what people are thinking. It's just wow.
Um,
Been making friends with more Polskins, more Hexicans. I've been getting blocked by a few people. I got a nice special blessing from a friend, and So that was really good. And by blessing, I mean a block.
Okay, perfect.
And yeah. It's been really, I've been diving into some spaces as well and asking questions about, okay, guys, what are your opinions on the whole mainstream PulseChain network, and what do you think they think about memes and all that
Okay.
jazz? And yeah, comparing it against their DeFi thinking, and I've learned a lot just in the past week. My gosh.
What did
very
you
eye-
learn? No, tell me. What did you learn? I'm interested in in knowing.
Well, as soon as we had our stream, I jumped in. I wanted to do some more, I don't know, investigating and just asking questions and making some friends. And it definitely seems like, if I had to sum it up, that PulseChain is the mainstream PulseChain KOLs are just gatekeeping a whole different section of the network. Gatekeeping, and they're either afraid, fearful, threatened, or they just do not want to talk about it. They just want to ignore it for whatever reason, whether it's, I don't know, deeper thoughts from within, or shallow thoughts. I'm not sure, but a lot of people are just like, they're totally,
What?
thinking-
But do you find that resistance regarding the RH memes specifically, or regarding memes in general?
Yeah, it's a really good question. I was trying to dig deeper on that one as well. That distinction between RH memes or just memes in general. There was pushback on a lot just on the whole premise of memes. Like I think a lot of them are automatically thinking that they're short term and that they're shitters.
Okay.
Which was really interesting to see, because when you jump onto other chains like Ethereum, for example, and you look at all the other winners like PEPE and SHIB, and also like SBX, and all the ones that have survived rugs as well, Ticket Bitcoin and Apu and Giga, like these aren't, with that mentality and logic that you hold, like, okay, they're all shitters and they're all short term. They would have died in the first 5 minutes, or the first week, or the first month or so. But these have been surviving for, in crypto world, a long time.
No, for sure.
I don't think they know or understand yet that there are opportunities within the whole meme coin culture and stuff like that these things can be long term.
No, exactly. Like 100% again. 100% again, and they will be.
Yeah.
At some point,
As you
people
said.
they will understand. I think at some point.
Yeah.
I hope.
I hope too. Like when you said last stream that Hex was viewed as a meme coin from the outside, and look at that. Like that's a great example of a meme coin as well. Also XRP, right? Sure, there's like all these different narratives, but they're successful in their own right.
No, exactly.
Yeah,
100%. Let me see if I can share. Give me a second. Sorry, man. I've been trying to share here, but let me see here if it works. This one.
Yeah. The meme Hexagon has been posting some absolute bangers. Oh my gosh, I love this content. And
by the way, can you see the screen? Let me.
Yes. Yep. There it is. There's the beauty.
Let me see if I can. Can I put this? Give me a second. Wait. Nope. Aha. Nope. Not like this. Maybe like this. Let me. Is the meme Mexican is asking? Is this live? Yes, sir. It's live. Yes. Yeah. I cannot reply on the fucking chat. I don't know why, bro. Let me. Okay. Maybe I can hide this for a second. Do you mind?
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay, perfect. Like, do you guys see the screen now? Like, well enough? Is it okay, or do I have to maximize it? I can maximize it. Okay. I can maximize it now. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so. Yeah, guys, RH. Oh man, I hope so. I hope RH memes will take over, man. That's the idea, right? That's the idea. So like I think you guys understand the website pretty well, right? So the like the prices that is coming from the screener, right? As you can see here, the total liquidity, you can include the PLS or not, right? The PLS pools or not, because I wanted this website to actually give an idea of the liquidity web between the pairs, right? Between the RH memes. So it actually starts without PLS included if you wanna just regarding total liquidity. Then the volume, it tells you the cheapest token, right? When I was building today, yesterday a little bit, I saw this changing actually between Trons and ELON. So
Oh wow.
and yeah, it's actually working. And then on the liquidity where you can actually see the connections between
Look at
each
that.
pools. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you can actually see the connections between each pools, and you also have a bubble chart just for the market cap, just to give you an idea of the market cap of each one,
Yeah.
right?
Nice.
And does it? Yeah, I made it work already. Yeah, so you have the same thing here, right? The liquidity webs a little bit larger, right?
Yeah.
Then you have the top pairs by liquidity. This always includes PLS, just to give you an idea of the top pairs, right, that exist.
Yeah.
If you click in View All Pairs, you go to the All Pairs page, right? And also you can include or not PLS, right? So if you don't include, again, this will just show the liquidity pools amongst themselves, right? And this is all the information, like the reserves on each side, the ratio, right? And what does it do? I didn't check this, I forgot to, but it looks nice. You can view on PulseChain Explorer. Basically just the distribution of liquidity, right, among each one of the pools, and you can go through the list. Basically, some of them are pretty small so far, but they will increase. Oh, sorry. You did not see the other tab, right? Sorry, when I clicked here on the all pairs, right? So because it still sticks on the same. Give me a second. Let me reshare here, man, because this when I was sharing replace. Okay. This one. Okay, so basically this is what I was talking about, right? Like when you click on that button, you come here to the liquidity pairs, right? Perfect. So is it this one exactly? So you have the liquidity, just the pairs, right? You can copy the address if you want for the screener. You can include the PLS pools or not, and basically gives you the information that you need, right, about the pools, how is the distribution, right? You can always sort by pair or liquidity, etc. Let me go back. Let me reshare the other page.
It does, doesn't it, Kizzy? Yeah, it looks great. I'm so excited just to be able to show just a screenshot of that spiderweb itself. People a lot of
it looks cool, right? Yeah. I spent some time
what the hell are these? And they're like, what? I only know of the core 4 or whatever. That's my whole world. I only know about that and pDAI. And then they look at this and like, the hell's this? RHP? What? And then they realize the opportunity and just how attractive it is, and just how fundamentally more solid it is and a brighter future, in my opinion. This is where the opportunity is at. And they see that spider web and they're like, shit, I gotta look into this.
I understand. I agree. If you don't know anything about this, right, this can be impactful, right? Because you don't expect, you're like, is this RH memes for real? I thought people were maybe making fun, or I wasn't sure, is RH actually the guy behind the pump tires? I can't believe they're still a bit lost on that regard, right? So for them it's still a new thing, I guess. So here I think it's one of the most fun features, right, that I ever made actually for these types of websites, right? You can just see how the impact of price, right, on the various pools, right? And you have the main ones that you pick, and you have the cascading effect because the liquidity is tied, right? It affects other pools as well. And then you have the average impact, and you have the slippage that you're basically the slippage is the amount that you're losing, right, when you're trading this amount. So it's how much it's going to pump the chain, right? Basically, this is what it means, in other words. let's do like 100 million distributed through some of them, right? Just the main ones, just to see, right? And this is just how much they would increase, right? And then after they increase this, like you see pump increases 20x, but then it has a cascading effect, right? Because of the other pumps, right? Because of the money that gets distributed through to the other coins, right? So it's literally always a cascade. This is the liquidity ties, right? That's why I think it's important people understand, and people actually provide liquidity, right, among these coins, right? Because right now there's like ELON actually has a couple, but some of them, like Tron, for example, it has like two. It's crazy, man. Come on, we need to pump this up a little bit, guys. We need to provide some liquidity. Look, pump. There's no connection between pump and the second XRP, so maybe somebody wants to do that. So the more liquidity that there exists between these coins, the better, because it kind of helps when one of them gets pumped a lot. It kind of helps to cascade the effect into the others as well. So you don't really need that, but it helps. I'm just saying, right? And basically that's it. Basically that this is like the idea, right? So you can do the calculations and see how it affects basically the price of the coins, right? And I'm choosing like 100 million, right? I think it's 100 million. So
it's so good to visually see it.
So basically this is it, right? I'll be adding features as time goes by, and I'm sure you guys will give me ideas. These updates, the information like every 10 minutes. Basically it grabs the information from the blockchain and from the screener, so it's mostly up to date, I guess. And man, what do you think? What can we add here to even make it better, right? For people to to come and to get them excited, right? Maybe some visual information here. I don't know, man, but I like this as a starting point, but I would like to make this grander, right? More complete with more information, so that people get. Maybe I was thinking about something about lore stuff, right? Because there's 20 coins, but I think it would be great to have like a page eventually for each one of the coins with the lore of the coin, right? The information that we get about that coin, right? So that could be like pool information, liquidity pool information, price information, volume, then tweet information, stuff like that. It could be a lot of things about that coin specifically, right? So that people get involved emotionally with the coins.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, the story behind them.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, let's Pedro. Let's ask the people.
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely, guys. Guys in the chat and future listeners, if you think of cool features, cool things that could be added here, please do let me know, because I'll think about it. At least I'll think about it. What are people saying in the chat? Looks good, boys. Thank you, man. I'm happy. I'm happy that you guys enjoy the new websites. RH memes gonna make dreams come true. Yes, sir. They will. Looks good, boys. Yes, sir.
I love meme.hex because the hexicans just won't accept it.
It's true. It's absolutely that's true, bro. That's factual. That's factual.
Yeah. Pedro, I love that idea about the lore behind each coin. I think that's fantastic. I'd love to see that. As you said before, you said that the descriptions on on Dex Screener is like maybe a paragraph or two, or not even that, just a sentence. I feel like we need to deepen that.
Because I've been asked literally by people to make pages for some of the coins, right? So I was thinking like, instead of just making because I know some pages for coins already exist, I think. So it could be good to centralize everything in a hub, right? In a place where people can get all the information. So if I can find pages of other coins, I'll add them here, like maybe the wireframes or stuff like that, and point to the websites, that kind of stuff, right? Like to centralize the information in a hub, so people can discover, basically, like a discovery thing.
Pedro, I would love to see, as an idea, I'll throw it out there, and you can do whatever you want with it. You can chuck it in the bin if you want. But when I jump on the page, I would love to see maybe a paragraph or a little bit of the whole origin story of this, like the why, how did it come to be, just so
Yeah.
that people know, like, holy crap, okay, RH means liquidity. This is the website, and then they see above the fold, they'll see like, oh, Richard Hart, these memes are connected to such and such SAC wallet or whatever, or whichever wallet.
Okay, so basically just like above like these these boxes, right? These initial boxes, just some like like a paragraph, introductory paragraph about the RH memes, right? Something
Yeah,
like maybe
and
two
I can
sentences
make a
or something.
sticker for you. I can make a holographic sticker for you, or some graphic or anything that can help visualize the official like premium holographic seal of approval kind of thing, like that connection.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Like I'll try to make something, but
Thanks.
if you can, because like I just want to put something there, like for the visual effect, right? Like maybe
Yeah,
if it's text or whatever, but if I can
yeah,
turn that into a like a nice image or graphic or whatever, like please, bro, like 100%, right? Like 100%. I absolutely adore when people like work for free, man, like I'm doing, right? Because
working
it's
for
so
the
much.
bag. Yeah.
No, because it's so much nicer, man. It's literally,
Mm.
look, man, I have 10, like I have 100 times more fun building these like useless websites, right? Like the rhmemes.1.com, rhmemes1.com, or I don't know, I have like so many that I don't know, I don't even remember them all, to be honest. But because they're like fun, it's fun to do, it's so fun to
Yeah,
do, like we can interact with people that are engaged with what you're doing, right? They actually
yeah,
like that, they want to improve it. It's like, look, man, I've worked on so many projects, it's not even about the money, it's like people are not engaged. That's simple. Like
yeah,
nobody
yeah.
cares. Nobody gives a shit.
Love that, Pedro. I would love to. You know how you're on Dex Screener and you've got the profile, you've got the description for each meme coin and all that jazz. You've
Uh-huh.
got links to the Twitter and the Telegram.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have something a bit similar towards something like that, like quick links to the groups, or Twitter page or whatever. I would love that. That's just an
No,
idea.
that's a very good idea. What I'm thinking is probably, um, imagine here when you like not here, right? But when you are on this coins page, right? On this token list, or like on, but yeah, basically when you're looking at the coins here on the list, right?
Mm.
Um, I was gonna start with when you hover or over a coin, to have like basically a screen showing up with the, like some information about the coin, right?
Oh, nice.
I was thinking about that because it's simple and like you don't
Yeah,
need to leave this like the main place,
that's
right? Just
very
hover and then, or if you, because I was like clicking and opening a page, but I was like I just prefer the hover with the little like box with
yeah,
information, right? Maybe if it's like larger, right? But it doesn't matter. Like my only concern was that maybe you want to click stuff, right? If it has like links and stuff, or right, you understand my point. So I'm
yeah,
like that's why I didn't make it yet, because I wasn't really sure if I didn't want to make like maybe a page for each one of the coins with that sort of information, right? With the
yeah,
description, like the links to the Twitter, to the groups, to like all that sort of stuff, right?
yeah,
So yeah, that's why I didn't basically do one yet. But I'll probably just end up doing the page, the coin for the page, sorry, the page for the coin, basically, because like I can add so much stuff there, right? Regarding
mm,
lore, regarding like links, regarding like so much stuff, right? Even the price chart, like the from the screener, like so much stuff, right?
yeah,
Like it would be kind of useful to have like a page for each one of the coin, with that kind of information, I guess.
yeah. Pedro,
Yeah,
what do you think about another idea for you to play around
tell me.
with? But maybe a quick page or section where it's just like frequently asked questions, like what the hell,
I
for,
like that actually.
for all the people, for all the DeFi maxis, and then the people that are leaning towards memes and opening up and warming up a little bit.
Oh, no, that's a good idea, man. The FAQ, just fuck you, the fuck you. Yeah. I mean, that would be interesting. That would be interesting. Yeah, man. If you guys can make like a list that I can add, yeah, awesome. Just put the questions and the answers or whatever you can think, and I can start adding that's into an FAQ, basically. Yeah, sure. That's very simple.
Sounds fun. Sounds good.
Yeah, man. So
S.4K, he's in the chat too.
Yes, everybody's here today. Everybody's here today. Everybody's excited with the new websites. Everybody's excited to share it. That's why I'm thinking like I need more graphic stuff, because it like people like to share that kind of stuff, right? When it's visual, when it's visual.
Yeah. Yes. No, I think this is a major, huge step towards the whole RH memes narrative, in my opinion. Right? I think the fact that you got the domain .com, rhmemes.com, that's pretty good. That's
Yes,
fantastic. Number two, you've already got a website up in under a day, and we can see clearly. Okay, this is the narrative at play right in front of my eyes with the spider web. I can see liquidity. I can see this. I can see that. I can see the opportunities.
yes.
Also, I mean, this is awesome. This is awesome. It's gonna get harder and harder for mainstream PulseChain network to ignore this movement, this narrative, because it's more exciting. It's, in my opinion, it's definitely way more exciting. It's way easier to onboard people like myself. It's way easier to talk about. You've got the facility to have these communities to raid each other and meme out each other and just have a lot more fun, and that's what
Man, I'm having so
memehex
much
is
fun on
really
Twitter
about.
these days, right? Because look, I felt, look, this is so true that today, um, like I'm not sure if so I'm sure some of you guys saw that Twitter from Alex, right? The guy from Hedron. I'm not like I'm you probably don't know him. It's Hedron is like an incentive token built on top of Hex, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
and like goes and like it's an ecosystem. Let's say it's an ecosystem. And
Right.
basically today, he did a tweet explaining a little bit some of his philosophy, right,
Okay.
of life or working or just blockchain philosophy, I would say. Um,
Yeah.
and I just put a comment there, because he shared an image, right? And I put a comment there and said more entropy. That's it. That was my comment. More entropy. And like from that comment, like he did like whole fucking Twitter post that got like shared just from my one reply. And I know that because he replied to me, and then after a while he just put that huge fucking text. So I know it was literally because he was mentioning entropy like a bunch of times, and it was about entropy, I guess. So like, and this is the meme culture. Like, and I wasn't
Yeah.
able to do that kind of shit like in the past. I wasn't able to just like fucking throw one or two words and like make somebody like big just throw a fucking huge
Hmm.
text because of something that you said, because that's the power of memes. And this wasn't actually like an image, right? It was like two words, but it's the same essence, right? That's my point. um
Yeah.
like these like memes and this type of culture is so fucking guerrilla mode, it's just like intrusive. It's like a virus, man. It's amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's the best way to share content and information, and and have
It
fun
is.
basically. And you just have fun.
It really is. It really is. It is the most fun, most impactful, most easy. Jordan, RH memes are more powerful than the maxis think. That is so true.
Because they do have
So true.
tech behind them. It's not just like a coin that you can mint and do whatever. No, bro, they have tech. They're a bonding curve, etc. Like the deployer has a bunch of the tokens, 80% of the supply through 80%. So I mean, this is tech. This is fundamental. So what is there not to like about these coins? I don't get it, because when they say, oh, ink or hex or PLSX or whatever, like they have this tech. Like, is this not like this is exactly the same, right? So I don't just, is it because it's a meme? Is it because you call it a meme and people are scared? Is that the reason? Because if that is the reason, that's a very that's so sad, man. That's so sad, because that's a very narrow way of viewing the world. You just
Hmm.
lock yourself up to new opportunities because of a name that people give to something, right? To a group of coins, because they call them meme coins, because at the end of the day they're a coin with a limited supply and the community behind them. So why do you not like them? And they have cool brands, right? They have cool brands made by a
Yeah.
guy that we actually love and care about. So I don't get it. It's weird. It's weird. Only on PulseChain.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. I'm reading Jordan. Memes trigger them. They hate, I think RH, yeah, they trigger them because they're most likely it's a threat. Like from my perspective, from being a little bit of a quick outsider, is that they've been through the pain of whatever, holding through the bear market 99% down and all that jazz, and for them to pivot, for them to listen to someone outside and say, or within the community and say, hey, memes are going to outperform and that you're going to make more gains there, etc., etc. It's better than the DeFi stuff that you've been in pain with the past 2-3 years or so. It's tough, it's painful, like to pivot and to stretch and adapt. And I get that. I think we all go through that in some manner.
Oh, I agree. And what Jordan say, I also agree, like entirely. The new people get put off with the maxes because it is off-putting. Well, like a lot of their narratives is off-putting, and I like it's the same thing about like the sacrifice and all the conversations about the sacrifice and everything surrounds the sacrifice, and it's like it's so fucking boring, man. It's so boring. It's like, oh my god,
It is.
because he's gonna do this and he's gonna do that, and but you're not supposed to have the expectations, but here they are, right? Well, because it's a treasury, so I'm sure he's going to use it, and then I'm sure that's the only way that we have to pump. I mean, that's so fucking lame.
Yeah.
It's so tiring. No, it's honestly that's super off-putting. At least, like maybe that's because I've been here for so long, right? But I imagine that for new people, like after hearing that like a couple of times, I mean, okay, what else, right? What else is there? Is this the only thing?
Yeah. I was definitely turned off, and I got sick of it. And plus, these memes themselves, at least, especially these RH20 ones, and there are plenty of other ones on pump tires as well. But these ones, you don't need a stack daddy to come in and pump them up. You don't need any of that. Like that's out of the discussion. You do not need Richard Hart to come in and pump them up. They're set up so well. And they're so counterculture right now, with at least minimum with mainstream pulse, that they're primed. They're absolutely primed.
Yeah, man, I agree 100%. And it says, Jordan said, man, they're cheap to buy, and just about like it's about having fun. Literally, it's about having fun, and like creating culture around these coins, right? And look, that's what I say. Like around, for example, Solana, man, I see so many memes like every day. It's insane. The quantity of memes, it's brutal, man. I think it's amazing. It's amazing, honestly. From like people with not many accounts, new people, and I find it amazing, man, that we are creating subcultures for these tokens. And I'm sure that some people come from other networks, man. They're importing that subculture memes that they found when they were on their journeys, right, on other chains, and I find that amazing. And I hope like we can entrench that into our Pulse-Chain spirits, and enjoy that there are these subcultures, man. There's everything. There's literally everything, right? I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, and Pedro, if one of these wins, they all win.
100%. That's what they failed to see, man. That's why one of the reasons I made this, right? Because like just through liquidity, there will be a point where it's not even possible not for that not to happen, right? It's, for me, it's more philosophical, right? It's because once one of these coins wins, like imagine Rich One. That's why I made that RH21.com, right? Because RH21.com. Fuck. No, I can't even remember the website name. Because literally, I think that when one of these coins gets to $1, right? It will be like a spillover of like people just which one is going to be the next one, right? Because they're all from the same guy, so they're going to run. Basically, that's how I see it. They're going to run.
Exactly. I keep on thinking back to Murad's list over on Ethereum and Sol as well. He's got a whole list of 10, and they've all got different sub-niches, subcultures within the whole meme coin like movements and trends. And I see the same thing here. If one of them wins, it spills over, bleeds over into everything else. And I feel like that the mainstream Pulsicans that totally ignore memes because they feel whatever threatened or whatever. I think a lot of them fail to see that when these win, the cores go up too.
Exactly.
And it's as if they want the chain to not grow, stay stale, and just keep it DeFi only.
But look, like before Pulse, you weren't here, right? And a lot of people weren't here. But before Pulse, I'm talking about 2022 and 2220 even. Imagine a lot of the talk was that the PulseChain is the chain for hex, so it was built for hex. So like people only cared about hex, right? It was even a bit taboo, like to like the other coins, right? PulseX and Ink, but because they were sacrifices, right? You could like them, right? Because Richard killed them, so they were okay to like. But it was through this approval, right? Mechanism of approval of Richard talking about the coin, or approving the coin, that you could buy it, you could talk about it and like it. And this is such a fucking retarded mindset, bro. It's like, it's insane. I never understood it, right? The reason why I liked Hex, and why I like Hex, right? Now for different reasons, but in the early days, it's because of the price action. That's it, right? That the price action was my reason to absolutely love Hex. The DeFi stuff, the immutable, the no admin keys, that was amazing as a piece of technology. But there's a lot of amazing pieces of technology that don't pump 10,000x. So I mean, it was the price action that made me fall in love with the potential in Hex, right? Because it's like, imagine people go crazy about utility. What they don't understand is that utility is irrelevant if the price doesn't show it, right? Because it's the price that attracts more people. Like, how can they not understand this, right? It's the price that attracts more people. So with a better price, with a higher price, you'll attract more people, right? And this is especially, this is critical for a store of value product, right? One like Hex, right? And Hex is a store of value product because it competes with Bitcoin, right? So for a product like Hex, the price is critical. And the fact that nobody wanted to talk about, everybody's a bit, afraid because, it went down 99.99%, right? Look, it's fine. It can go up like 1,000x. It can do crazy shit, right? It can do whatever. I just don't think it's possible to do it in a couple of months, right? It's very hard because now you have so much new things, right? It is what it is. It will do that probably in a longer time frame, which is okay if you do like Hex, right? If you're truly a Hexican, you don't mind that. You don't mind that the growth is a little bit slower because it will allow you to go much further, much further. Yeah. It is what it is, man. Look, if you go from one thing to many things, the only way you have to win is the many things win. That's it. That's how it works, right? It's not hard. It's not hard to understand. But what you're sacrificing, which is the attention for one thing, you're multiplying it in the potential of if everything wins, right? It's like the big fish, small pond, or large pond, small fish, right? It's the same thing. It's exactly the same mindset. It's very easy to explain, but for some reason in PulseChain that's very hard to understand. I don't know why. which look, don't take me wrong, this is amazing. Look, because this is the only chain that's on the top 10 on the X screener with actual volume and liquidity and people, right? Where you have such an amazing opportunity where you come inside the chain and nobody's paying attention to the thing that will pump the hardest. And this is mind-blowing. So this is why I think there's tons of different types of opportunities in PulseChain, but this one, it's probably the largest one, right? Because thank you, man. Thank you so much, Maxis and OGs and people who don't want to buy these coins. Thank you, because this is the new people that are coming actually have an opportunity to make serious money, right? It's not only about pumping their bags and having their 10x and then dump, right? It's not about that, right? It's about doing the next 1000x. And man, people just need to realize that a 2-year coin, price down 99%, it can do maybe 10 100x, but it's very for it to do 1000x and above, it's going to be very hard, in a couple of months, right? I'm not talking about longer time frames. Longer time frames is absolutely fine, but in a short time frame it's hard. It's much harder because of liquidity, because of sellers, because it's solar, man. It's just it has luggage, it has baggage, man. When you have baggage, it's like an ex-girlfriend, bro. You can go back together, but shit is gonna happen at some point. Shit is gonna happen. The sellers will come. like why doesn't Bitcoin do like a 10,000x again? It's the same reason, bro. It's like they understand that this like explanation for Bitcoin, they don't understand this for Hex, or like I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's very strange to me. Why?
No, agreed. Pedro,
Sorry.
I'm gonna read the latest comments down here.
Yeah, go for it. Sorry about the monologue.
No. I want to read them out for you. Here we go. We love. Okay, they are so cheap just to buy some, just to have some fun. Yeah, that is so true. We're already having fun, and they can't ignore the humor and the fun. Like when that, because imagine you're at a party and then you hear a bunch of people in a group, just like 20 feet away, and they're laughing. They're having all this fun. They're laughing and laughing, having all this fun, and you're like, what the hell? I want to be part of that group. Same thing here with the memes. And what's the next one? This is what outsiders want to see when onboarding. Amazing job, guys. Maxis are sleeping on a gold mine. Yeah, Pedro. Yeah, I think that's on point right there.
No, I agree, man. I think they are, man. They are because, I mean, it's it's such a new thing, and it's nobody's paying attention, literally. And look, you can look at the liquidity, right? Like we can actually do that exercise, right? I need to get used to having this website too, right? No, of course, obviously, right? You can take a look at total, like just this one, right? Total liquidity with PLS, man.
Yep.
This is crazy. This is like, look at this number. You see this number? This is total liquidity for the 20 coins. This is absolutely insane, right? Oh, I know another one, like the total liquidity, like pie chart, right, by coin, right, so that we can actually have a map of the liquidity distributed by coin, right? So like another idea. But my point is, look, this is like such a low liquidity for what these tokens are, right? We need to understand the potential because it's what they represent, right? It's what they represent, and they're made by a guy who basically, what likes to win, who's obsessed with winning, right? And winning has many different. Yeah. Go ahead.
You've already won. You won with Hex. You won with pDAI.
No, like absolutely, and he wants to keep winning. Richard wants to keep winning, right? So, look, I'm sure that the reason that these coins exist. Okay. No, wait. I'm sure that there is a reason for these coins to exist, right? Whatever that reason may be, maybe if we never understand it, there is a reason. Okay, we cannot ignore them. We cannot say that, pretend that they weren't made by him, that he doesn't like them, because that's ridiculous, right? Why would he make something that he doesn't like? That doesn't make any sense, right? If you're trying to use logic, right, and reason, you can. If you don't want to use logic and reason, absolutely you can make up whatever you want. But if you try to use logic and reason, then you come to the conclusion that he makes things that he wants to like. I'm not saying that he'll like them forever or that shit cannot happen, or I'm not saying any of that, right? We saw what happened with some of the P coins, unfortunately, right? But if things go as you plan, right, there's no reason for him not to like coins. If these coins do a lot of X's, right, why wouldn't he share the charts? Why wouldn't he be proud? That's the thing I don't understand, right? Because again, this is good technology. Whether you guys like the maxis like it or not, this is quality technology in the sense of it burns PLS, then it goes to PLSX and then burns PLSX. There's a limited supply. 1 billion for all of them. They all of them have the same supply. How can they not understand the power of this one feature? How can they not understand the power of this one feature? It's so critical that all of them have the same supply. It's much easier for everything. You can do races, you can do a bunch of like crazy shit because they have the same supply. It's amazing for price comparison, for literally everything. It's like, look there, and I'm not even trying to think about features, right? It just popping to my mind, right? So there's no way to you can buy the supply and then dump it. Sure, absolutely, you can absolutely do that, but you are forced to buy, and a lot of your PLS will get locked and will get burned. So I mean, what else, guys? What else do you want? What else do you want from me? I mean, it's only like top quality features in my opinion, right? And the fact that they don't have inflation, right? Like only this single like detail should put them like should put them like in should make them feel a bit scared, right? In the sense that you kind of need, probably, this is not certain obviously, but you probably need less buy pressure, right, to make them pump, right, because you don't have that supply that's always coming, right. And look, I understand that, for example, in hex, the supply is quite elastic, because it can be burned, right, when you stake it's burned, when you
Yep.
mint it exists, right. But even then there's more hex, like, appearing every year, right. So it's kind of there is inflation, that's my point, right.
Yeah.
So like with these coins, you don't have that, right. You don't have that, it's not a problem, but it's like additional potential sell pressure, right. Which is great, which is amazing, and I'm sure it will help with the price. We'll see at some point.
Yeah.
We'll see how this helps with the price, right. Let's see the
It will.
change.
Jordan,
Man, I like this website, bro. This website is cool, actually.
I love it.
Yeah, man.
It's so powerful. It's another tool in the arsenal to just say, guys, PulseChain is way bigger than just a DeFi, a DeFi platform full of DeFi things and protocols.
No, it is.
Way bigger than that, in my opinion. And it just seems to be so much energy behind the whole. So much energy being bundled up and just it's ready to explode kind of thing with all these memes. There's some pretty good comments here, Pedro. Richard wants a hex to $1. Can BitcoinHEX be that coin? Yeah.
Yes. What is that comment? I like that comment. I think I already highlighted it, but now I lost it. Where is it? Yeah, there we go. Man, yeah, like when I think that, and that's in my opinion the most obvious thing that he could do, in the sense of which hex has the highest probability of reaching one faster, right. It's the one with the least liquidity right now and the least attention, right, because the people are coming, right, and that's the point. When they come, they will pump the price into infinity, and it's much easier to pump the price of hex into BitcoinHEX or into $1, right. Just because of that, just because it has much lower liquidity, and again, no inflation, etc., like much less potential sell pressure. It's newer. People, because this is newer, people don't mind to hold it a little bit longer. You understand this, right? I think it's very reasonable, right? That you create this emotional bond with things that are going up, right? You kind of hate things that are going down, right? This is like all emotions. This is all emotions that we feel, right?
Yeah, and we can take Richard Hart out of the equation, and it can just be a community thing, led thing by itself. We can pump it up to $1, and it's
that is the point, right? I'm not even thinking about Richard Hart, right? When I made the calculator, I wasn't thinking about the sacrifice funds. I was thinking about money coming in, people buying these things. Do I think that we can get $100 million of buy pressure coming into PulseChain? Yes, of course. Do I think it needs to be Richard? No, absolutely fucking not.
Yeah, true.
100%. I don't think we need Richard for that. I think we can actually do it organically with coins going up, the money keeps flowing, and that's it. Richard can help, right? I'm not saying that he wants to use some of the money, that personal money, to buy coins. I'm not saying that he cannot move a portion of the SEC funds 5% or 10% into PulseChain, not buy, just move that into PulseChain so that people go crazy, right? I'm not saying that he can stream when the coins are 10x from here and pump these even harder. Look, I'm not saying Richard won't do some shit. Sure. But do I think that he needs to put all the money in? No, bro. Of course, I think that's absolutely insanity.
Yeah, and the reason why I mention that is because I feel like a lot of other people outside the the meme narrative is relying on that hope that a Sack Daddy will come, and when we look at these memes, especially these ones, it's a lot easier for the community without any other help, without Richard Hart, to pump this up to $1 and all that jazz. It's way easier to do that than the pDAI community or any other big community with their goal and milestone. These ones with the milestones here and the goals here are way more achievable, in my opinion.
No, they are. They're much smaller right now. These communities are much smaller, right? Obviously that you want to be in coins before the community grows, right? Before it explodes, before Somi is talking about it, right?
Yeah,
relentlessly. You want to
Yeah.
be like you want to be there before. You want to be there before the next 1 million people come into PulseChain, right? Because look, at the end of the day, look, the way that I think about this is, even if in the beginning, right, there's less people buying these coins because they have so much less liquidity. The numbers that we'll see of the price going up are going to be much larger, right? These percentage changes, and that's what that is at the end of the day. What attracts people to come. That's it. It's the fucking number. It's the number on the screen saying 100% and not saying 10%, right? That's it. That's why people want to buy that coin, because it says 100% and not 10%, right? That's just how it is, man. That's the emotional attachment also to buying things that go up, right? Because it's much safer in their minds, right? And this is something that is not really like the weight of this is not really accounted for, I guess. And people are just assume, oh, everybody is coming to the things that I know of or that I like, etc. But look, if they come to everything that's in PulseChain, just if I assume that like the money gets like distributed more or less like it has been on the past 6 months, right? These coins are going to do the most taxes because they did the most taxes, right? And they're still very small, so I know that the outcome will probably be this one, right? Just for this simple fact, because I had like a period of from February to July, August to see the performance of these coins, right? So they had their initial pump, they dumped, and now they're gonna go, right? They're gonna skyrocket, and by chance, by coincidence, we're, in my opinion, obviously, on the late stage of the bull run, right? So the next pump is gonna be the big one, right? The 100x, 1000x pump, right? Literally. So these coins, that's why I think some of these coins can do, over those numbers, right? Because they're still small now, but when that money starts to flow, they will start doing the most, X's. That's when the people will keep joining, right? And that's when the most people are coming, right? Coincidentally. So that's why I think these coins will go to crazy numbers.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Totally agree. Yep. That's why I'm here. That's why I jumped over. I had no choice.
Exactly. Man, and it's honestly that there's could this work another way? Yeah, absolutely, sure. A lot of people could only buy the cars or the P copies, and those coins go up a lot of X's before all of these coins. Sure, that could happen, but at the end of the day, people rotate, right? From things they have profits in to things that haven't pumped. So at the end of the day, I think everything will pump, right? I just think that these coins are poised to pump a little bit more than the others, right? That's my philosophy, right?
Yep. Agreed. Well, Pedro, I have to hop off now. But I just want to say thanks. Dude,
no worries, man.
The work that you put into this, awesome. It's so exciting to see. So it really does visualize and cement the momentum, the motion, the movement. You could even call it a counterculture towards mainstream PulseChain and all.
Sure.
It really cements it, visualizes it, and makes it so much easier to grasp and believe as well. And I think it's a fantastic step. It's huge. So thank you.
No, man, no problem at all. Man, it was for me. It is always a pleasure, bro. Not a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. So, whenever you want, just hop off, man. Just hop on. Anytime I'm streaming, just hop on and we'll talk. You're always invited, sir. Always invited. So thanks for being here, bro. And we'll speak next time.
Yeah, and I'll send through any ideas that come on through. But,
please do, man. Please do. Thank you, and I appreciate you for that, sir. I appreciate you for that.
Sweet, brother. Sweet. I'll let you go, and I'll try and keep on listening after my next duty. But yeah, thank you.
Absolutely, sir. All right.
And thanks to the guys in the comments. You guys are awesome. You see, man.
Take care, bro. Take care. So it's just you and me, guys. Just you and me. Let me see some comments here because I was gonna answer some stuff and then I kind of forgot. Where is it? I have all the cars, but RH memes is new and fun. I like having having all the coins is always the best option if you can. Don't play smart. Just buy a just in case bag, right? Oh, I remember. Not so long ago, maybe 1 or 2 weeks ago, I did I did a tweet targeting the pDAI community, asking what happens when pDAI pegs, right? And I gave them a couple of options, right? Buying cores, exiting, what else? Buying other coins, stuff like that, right? But my point is, like, most of the people want to rotate into PulseChain, right? So or leave the money into impulsion. That was like 75%, 50% rotation, 25% DeFi stuff, and just the other. It wasn't 25, it was like maybe 16 JIT out, right? So my point is, you want to be, in my humble opinion, obviously, you want to be allocated to the coins that the other people don't have, right? Because when the coins that they have pumped, they want to go into the other coins, right? So either if you don't win immediately, you end up winning at some point, right? When people rotate the profits into the coins that you hold, and this applies to any coin, right? So any coin that pumps a lot, at some point people will JIT out, obviously, and take profits into other coins. Then they will pump a lot, and then this logic continues basically. So yeah. So basically, that's why I don't think there's like there's many ways that we can lose actually on this bet, right? Because you're at the end of the day, you're betting, right? You're betting that something goes up more or higher or faster than something else, right? And I do feel that some people are still afraid. I think that's the right word, right? Some people are still afraid. Let me just send a message here to our friend Tiger. Maybe he wants to join the stream. But basically, they're a bit afraid, right? Of another cult, let's say, because they'll be expelled by their previous cult, and that's the problem, right? That's the problem. It's the maxi religious mindset, right? And but guys, you have to understand, because a lot of these people came from that background, from Richard only liking one coin, right? So they had to adapt, and for some people, the adaptation takes time. It takes a lot of time, right? So it is what it is. It's one of those things, right? And because the the road hasn't been quiet, right? There have been hiccups, like prices going down and pDAI going up a lot, and then the exploits, etc. It has been emotional, and for them, even if they're not allocated to these coins or have small bags of these coins, they get they get emotionally attached to the road, right? Because for the other guys not winning, it's good for them, right? That's how they feel, right? If you're not winning too, that's good, right? I don't feel so defeated, right? Because it must be hard being in a chain and seeing other people winning and you're not winning, especially when we're talking about the coins that are the most dear, right? The four cores, right? So I understand the pain, right? I do understand the pain, but respect the pump is more important, right? Respect the pump is the most important thing, because it attracts more people. It attracts the new money. When people are having fun doing memes, when they're happy, right? When they have a positive message that other people want to hear, right? And it's not even about the positivity, it's about the moment, right? The momentum. And right now, people don't care that much about DeFi. Look, they understand how DeFi works. It's not about they don't get it, or no, they get it. They understand. They use the technology, right? It's not. They're just more into meme culture, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, because as I said before, these memes do possess technology, right? It's not just something that you can supply, you can mint into infinity, right? They do have that technology behind them. So why not? Why not the Dodge meme being the store of value, the ultimate store of value? I don't know. I have no fucking idea. Maybe it will be, right? And I like this mindset, right? Of not knowing and not being sure of things, right? It's much fun. If RH Sol ends up 25 cents, it will gain attention. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, 100%. Any of these coins do, yeah, but much bigger than just DeFi. 100%. Our good friend Frogboy. Our HL community appreciates you, Bill. Thanks, bro. Thank you, man. Then thank you guys for the memes, man. You're like, already like for like too many people to for me to know, right? You're like, it's crazy, man. You guys are crazy, like in the good way. The memes that you share are amazing, like the variety, the thematics, like amazing inspiration because they're top quality, man. They're top quality. So I hope you guys keep working at it, sharing those tasty memes, because the I see the community growing, right? And obviously, like in the beginning, it's always super slow, but like like I've done this before. I've I've been here like many times, like starting communities, right? In the beginning of communities, right? And it's always the same thing. It's slow in the beginning, and then it starts to grow, and you know the rest, right? So, but I already have signs, right, of a lot of interesting communities, like the Sol one. The Sol one for me is the most active. It's insane, guys. So many people doing memes. It's crazy. I can't believe it, to be honest. I can't believe it. RH memes are building new communities and the core maxis can't handle. Yeah, man. Jay, welcome. Yes, sir. I think that's still true, unfortunately, because I want them to come to the winning team. I want them to come to the RH meme side, because for them we are the dark side right now. I hope you guys understand. We are everything that RH hates, right? That's how they see it. Even though Pump Tires is an RH product, even though the deployer was funded by the SEC wallets, even though he did 20 meme coins, even though we are the dark side. Yes, my friends, we are the dark side. So we just have to embrace it, guys. We just have to embrace it, because at some point they'll understand how fucking ridiculous they sound, and they'll just like be less cranky and just break up a smile and enjoy one of the memes, and then boom, they're in. They'll buy a small bag, just like with pDAI, and there we go. And then everything changes. I hope. I like saying we were first. Yeah, man, absolutely. But look, I don't care. I don't care being first. I just care about growing. I just care about people coming and and actually making this movement like into something fun, right? In something glorious, right? I think I understand Richard's path to glory, right? Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love money, so being early is absolutely amazing, and if I'm not early, I'm not going to participate, right? I literally refuse to participate. One of the reasons I didn't dabble much in Solana, it was because I was going too late, and I was like, I don't like getting in too late, so I refuse. That's how it is. I'm a simple man. I don't care about missing games. That's not my problem. If I'm not early, you're not going to convince me. I need to be early. I need to be the first group. That's it. The first explorers of that culture, right? Of that narrative. Like with pDAI, like with Hex, right? If I'm not like it's pointless. It's absolutely pointless, because you're just chasing like the next 10x, right? And it's it's okay. I get it. If you have like a lot of money already, then it's absolutely fine. You can go. You can look something like 10x is amazing, even 50x brilliant, right? But we want stuff that goes 1000x, right? 500x, like crazy numbers, right? Because that's how you multiply money. That's it. It's much fun. It's much funnier at the end, right? Because the ride is much more volatile, right? So again, it's more emotional. And I like, even though I seem like a normal guy, right? I'm obviously emotional when the things go a lot a lot higher. I do all the stupid shit that you guys do. I take the screenshots. I feel that I'm a billionaire. Like, I do all the stupid shit, right? Like I do the good stuff. I sell, actually. Like, I buy stuff and I sell. I don't mind spending crypto. That's not my. I don't mind, especially in like proper bull runs. Because like nobody cares. That's when you actually should sell. It's when nobody cares, when your sell orders get diluted because there's like just more people buying. That's amazing. You don't feel you're hurting nobody, and you're actually, in terms of chart price, you're not hurting the chart. You're obviously selling to people that will have to hold for a long time, but that's just part of the journey, I guess. But it is what it is, right? Everybody, the majority of us, buys at the wrong time. When I bought my first time, I bought at the wrong time too, right? Actually, well, come to think about it, the first coin that I ever bought was Doge, and it was like super, like 2015, I think, or yeah, it was still 2015. So it was super early, right? That one, it's a bad example, right? It's actually a bad example. But like I'm like a majority of the coins that I bought them, not as early as I wanted, right? And I had my maxi journey as well, so um, it is what it is, right? We always learn. But my point is, it's not that common, right? I had like that, like with Doge, but it's not common that you come into the market and you have actually an awesome opportunity, right? Like this, it's not that common, right? So, man, just enjoy it. If you're not into the RH memes yet, just go dig deeper. If you are, congratulations. But yeah, man, but you're you're taking advantage of the fact that the people here in PulseChain, the majority, are not paying attention, which is amazing. Uh, Even though everything I just said about these coins being associated to a guy who absolutely loves the pump, means Monsieur Richard Hart. Exactly, Richard wants an amazing chain, and he knows that exactly, man. The cores will go up 100%. Actually, you know what I need to add to this episode? Like the cores too, right? To the simulator, right? I want not to choose, but to see the impact on the cores as well. I'm gonna add the cores to the impact simulator so that people can actually see the impact of buying these memes on the cores. Simple, right? I'm just gonna do that, right? So you cannot pick the cores, but you'll be able to see the impact on the cores, right? And I like that, so that people understand that if these memes go up, the cores will go up, because the majority of the fucking liquidity pools is, in PLS. So there's the router in PLS. Everything will be routed there, so people will take advantage of those crazy ratios, and they will buy other coins, and other coins will go up too. So just an advantage to everybody, right? And the point is, you need an entrance point, you need the door, and it's much easier with these coins. They're newer, the charts look much better, like etc. Right? Than cores, man. It's much harder to sell cores right now. You just have to embrace that and accept that. It is what it is. It's not me on you. It's the market that decides this kind of shit, right? It's the market that literally decides, and the market likes meme coins right now, man. It's what can you do? Like, it's pointless to just negate that and say no. We need to throw them all the fucking DeFi into their. They don't care. They don't care. That's just a reality. The majority that's coming doesn't care. They don't give a shit. They care about the cool tickers, the memes, and that's it. And the culture. They care about the culture. That's the decision making process, and you just have to accept that. It is what it is. I'm not even saying it's worse, because I don't think it's worse. I think it's, in many ways, it's better, right? It's not better or worse. It's different. It is what it is, right? It's just different. If just one of the means, they will all be including all cards. Yeah, exactly, man. 100%. 100%. Actually, let's just do a fun experiment live, because let's have fun. Let's have some fun. Let me reload this, actually. It's easier. Let's say most one, right? 100 million, no, 10 million, 10 million into most. See? All the other coins pump, right? All the other coins pump. On average, the pump is about 95% on all the others, right? We have the top 3 here. But the same applies to everything else, right? Pump, whatever, right? The same logic, the cascading effect, right? Happens to all of them, right? So, if actually 100 million goes to most, right? If that crazy shit happens, it pumps eHEX, but the others, right? Just through this money that goes into most, they pump a lot too, right? On average, all the other, right? 953%, right? It's crazy. It's amazing. It's free money, right? Right. So and as the liquidity changes, right, this will change too, right? This will change too. Don't forget. The more liquidity, the more thick that it is between these pairs, the more that this grows, right? The more that this grows, because you can see this is the thickest liquidity, right? And you can notice here, right, the price that changes the most is this one, right? And you can actually prove this concept here. If you go to all pairs, sorry, wait, let me, perfect. There you go. If you go to all pairs, see, most pump, thickest. So you can actually prove this concept, right? Amazing, man, amazing. Let's, for example, PEPE. Because it has the most connection, right? So, see, but how it changes. And this is amazing. This is the power of liquidity providing, and the power of everything being connected, basically. So yeah, let me see the comments now for a second. I don't know. Maybe one day we can all organize a conference, right, for the RH memes. That would be fun. That would be fun. Just have you guys doing crazy shit. Oh man, that would be glorious, man. That would be glorious. Create your characters, guys. You do a conference with your characters. That's gonna be like man. That would be that would. I would live my dream, close to living my dream. You know what my dream was? Was owning a bar, so that I could have like a sort of deal like the guys from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, right? That was the mentality, right? Different now, but that was my dream when I was a bit younger, right? Just having the bar and the mates and doing stupid shit. That was the dream, bro. That's literally the dream. So a conference where you guys show up your skill set, bros. That would be amazing. I love it. The weirder and crazier, the better. Honestly, I think it would attract a lot of eyes. People forget to used to buy bitcoins for random. Yeah, exactly. Everything is a meme, man. Literally. Because like on that time when people were doing that and buying bitcoin for pennies, like it was literally a meme in the sense that nobody knew that it was gonna do what it did. Nobody was sure about the technology. Nobody knew it that well, right? Especially in the early days, there were like so many changes and like nobody knew. Actually, it was actually a meme, right? You had to believe, literally just believe at that point, right? And then it becomes like something more solid, more obvious, right? But when it's the best time to buy, it's when it's just fairy dust, because there's nothing actually. There's there can be something, but it's nothing yet, right? There's no community, there's no proof that it actually works. There's nothing, right? But that's when you should buy. It's like these memes, right? When everybody thinks they're gonna disappear. Thank you, bros. I'm glad you're enjoying the live stream and the monologue. Yeah, but keep the questions coming, man. I'm enjoying this. So there's there's new shit that I can add to the website to make it cooler and to prove that it makes a change for other coins, right? Even if they're not related to this web that I want to focus on, the RH memes, right? But look, man, liquidity is still so low for these coins. Let me include the PLS. And that is why they can pump so high. Look at this, man. Some are like, look, it's Bitcoin, 96k liquidity. Look at this. This is insane, bros. So cheap. PEPE pumping, nice. We'd like to see that. But you see, these numbers are still very rookie numbers, very low numbers. This will be like fun when they're like 10x this, right? When they're pumping 60% again in a day. That's when we like it, or more, or even more. That's when the fun begins. So, but we're getting there. I think the late stage of the cycle is actually coming, right? The final stage, the final run, and that could take anything up. Look, if I look at the chart, right, and what the chart tells me, and I just go by not like fractals, but by the cycles, right, the 4-year cycles. It should be ending pretty soon, right, in the next month or so. But I do think it's going to be a little bit longer, right? I don't think we're going to stretch to 2026, maybe January, because look, I also believe in that some esoteric stuff. Let's say, right? Like I don't go against the fucking universe, right? If there's like a map of a guy like a billion years ago, like predicting like 2026 as like one of the years. I'm not gonna go against that shit. I'm not gonna go against karma, right? I'm not gonna sell everything, right? Even if we're up like 1,000x, no, I'm gonna sell a lot, but not everything. I'm still gonna hold the bag, right? Just in case you can go like 10x higher than that, right? Like a lot of things can happen. Like we can have a major pump and then on the 1st of January we start to go down, right? Or we hit the top on the like I don't know. Crazy things can happen, or we can have like a much faster recovery. Usually it takes a year, right? After we start like dumping, but we can like it can go crazy. We can have like a double top again, but like with a longer time frame, right? Until the mid of 2026, for example, going down and then just a fucking giant god candle again. Look, there's so many fucking options here, right? Like so many things that can happen, right? But what I feel like is that we're reaching the final stage right now, right? That final stage can look like 2017, right? When you just have a fucking green candles and one big explosion and then it ends. It can be like 2021, right? With the double tops, or it can be something entirely different, but we don't know. But that we're at near the late stage, yes. Like according to the cycles, man, yes, absolutely. There's no other way around it, right? So if we're at the late stage for Bitcoin, that means the same for altcoin, right? We just had we were just unfortunate, right? Because we had a lot of sellers and they dumped the charts, right? Because in another universe, probably PulseChain could be doing much better, right? And the tokens, right? And we could be reaching that late final stage of the cycle at like for example 10x higher values, right? Across all the board, right? And that would be absolutely fine, right? Doesn't mean that we could do more 10x right at the end. Now we just have a higher starting point, right? Less opportunity now, but it would have been easier to endure during the process, right? I hope you guys understand what I mean, right? Sometimes I talk in a weird way, I understand, especially because look, man, I used to live abroad in the UK like I don't know, 7 years or something like that, and like my English was way better, right? Because I was like speaking English every day. But now like I'm in Portugal for like quite some time, so you just forget, you just become a little bit less fluent, right? And I do everything in English, right? But even though I don't speak it like every day when I go out, etc. So it's different, right? But I hope you understand what I mean, right? I hope my English is good enough for you guys, that you understand my the point I'm trying to make, right? The point I'm trying to make, or the points, because there were like plenty of them. Yeah. But yeah, man. I'll be adding features here. I'm not going to show the prices today because we had small pumps here and there, but nothing too relevant, I guess. But I'm expecting like soon something to happen. I hope until the end of the month. My prediction was mid-October we had the final bust, but I think it's going to be a little bit delayed. Man, my hope is that the big top happens in December. I just like Decembers. I just like to close things during the years. Big top in December, maybe again like another like fake top like we had in 2022 and like in early January, something like that, to please the karmic gods, and then that's it. We're done for the year, and we respect the cycle because it's just fucking easier, right? Then I know because it's easier, it might happen something different, right? I understand that, but I'm just trying to be positive, right? What I think it would be the best, right? I'm talking about myself, right, personally. Just to follow, because then it would mean that I was able to predict, predict more or less, right? The tops, and I'm just happy with myself, right? I'm just happy that I sold at the right time, right? Which is not right now. This is not the right time, by the way. S how do you say your name, bro? S.4K. Yeah, man, I hope we start pumping real hard in 2 weeks. Man, that would be cool. That means that we are on the 2 weeks before the 2 weeks, which is the best time, right? It's the best time. It's when you're you don't know it yet, but it's when you're going through the almost gone phase, right? You don't know it yet, because when you are in the 2 weeks, right? When the 2 weeks that are pumping, right? on when you start pumping, right? You already went through that moment, right, where that's what I mean, right? Because there's like some positivity coming, right? And you're hopeful, and that's a good thing, right? You just don't know it. You just don't know it because the pump hasn't started. So when you look back 2 weeks from now, you'll be like, nice. He was actually right. That guy on the chat, he was actually right, and the pump is here, and happy days. So yeah, I hope you're right, man. I think the 6th today, so maybe before that, maybe next by the end of next week, we're already seeing some action. The Bitcoin moves already towards the all-time high 120, something like that. Ethereum pumps, we start to pump. We'll see. Yeah, but I would say in the next 2 weeks we'll see some movement. I hope, man. Look, if I'm wrong, like we just keep means you can delay this, which is better because it means consolidation, right? Like if I'm wrong, it's good for you guys because you'll get the larger pump, right? At some point, whenever it is, it's going to be even larger, right? So, man, but because we've been here for so long, I don't want another like fucking consolidation for 3 months. But if you get one, it's fine, right? It is what it is. I was hoping that we were at really at the final stage of the program, because just follows the previous cycles, right? But could be different this time. Could be different. We'll see what happens. Anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna end it like 1.5 hours. I think this is good. This is good stuff. When I update the website and add more stuff, and we can do another show. And then, like as I said, like in the next couple of weeks, it will start to move. So that means you'll be seeing a lot more of Pedro live, which means I'll have less time to work on this beauty. So, man, I don't know. I like to have time for working on these dashboards, let's say. But it is what it is. When it pumps, it's for a good reason. It's for a good reason. Guys, I'll be seeing you soon. Thanks for being here, every single one of you. S.4K, AJ, Mr. Frogboy, and thank you for joining, Mr. Frogboy. It's always a pleasure. I have a lot of fun with you here, bro. You ask good questions. You are a very good co-host, so you're welcome anytime. Kidsy, thank you, bro. Keep working on those Solana memes. They're amazing. And keep growing that community. The meme Hexican, sir, you too. Your memes are amazing too, sir. So please continue. They are the best way to onboard the BitcoinHEX memes. Jordan, thank you, sir, for joining. And keep sharing the good word, keep sharing the memes. Mr. BitcoinHEX, you too, sir. Thanks for joining. All of you guys watching, thank you for being there, and I'll see you very, very soon. Hopefully, when we start the green candles. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Love you all. Mwah. Ciao.